Forgiveness isn't something you have to force. Okay, it's something that occurs naturally and must occur when healing has happened, or rather, when healing is on the process of happening. We preach about forgiveness, okay? But sometimes we feel that forgiveness is a very easy thing to do. It could be easy, but one of the things that makes forgiveness a seemingly impossible challenge to some people, not everybody, is in order for a genuine forgiveness to happen, a forgiveness that is original, not unoriginal, it must pass across different levels of emotions. Yes, I'm not talking about the layers of emotions like primary emotions, secondary emotions, or even tertiary emotions. Okay? Those categories of emotions that you must pass through in order for a genuine forgiveness to happen might also be a part of either primary, secondary, or tertiary emotions. Okay? Oftentimes, we transformation strategies, motivational speakers, self-help speakers, we often encourage people to forgive, okay, which is healthy and medically backed up. Okay? To forgive is to heal. To let go is to what? Is to grow. Of course, that is absolutely correct. But oftentimes, we forget to let people understand different levels with which the forgiver must pass through. Okay? Different levels of emotions that is necessary for the forgiver to process before he or she can come in tandem, in alignment with the empathy to forgive. It is essential that we understand this. Okay? So you might know where somebody is professing forgiveness just to fulfill all righteousness, just as a means of lip service, but not actually life service. The forgiveness isn't from within, it's peripheral. Okay? So what are these emotions or levels of emotion that one must pass through in order for a genuine forgiveness to occur, to happen? 1, anger. Yes. 2, sadness. 3, surprise. 4, rage. 5, disgust. You can find it maybe when you have hurt someone deeply, okay, and at a point, you now realize that, okay, I have hurt this particular person, and you make up your mind to go and ask for forgiveness. And on meeting this person you have wronged, to ask for forgiveness, you see the person raging, becomes so angry, at you. I won't forgive you. I can never forgive you because of what you did to me, the wrong you did to me. And at the point, you can equally see the person dropping tears. At this particular point in time, allow that person to be. Don't judge him based on those reactions, those emotional outbursts, those blends of emotions and blends of emotions. Those things are necessary if you're looking for a genuine forgiveness, a forgiveness that is original, not unoriginal. Those emotional processes are important if at all you are looking for a genuine forgiveness. Okay? Until those levels of emotional outbursts or processes are passed through, okay, applied on, then there's nothing that true forgiveness. Those who would rather forgive you without passing through those emotional processes, Those saying that profess to you, I tell you, that is never and will never be a true forgiveness. Yeah, and some Christians, I'm sorry to say, but I must say, some Christians, they are an example have wronged a Christian, right? And the Christian, without even passing through those emotional, levels, processes, the Christian will say, okay, I have forgiven you. Although, depending on the intensity of the wrongdoing, okay, he might say, okay, I have forgiven you. The next day, the next morning, so to speak, and when you greeted that Christian, yes, he's going to say good morning in response. But the manner with which he say that good morning and his or her facial expression will let you know that forgiveness didn't come from within. That forgiveness was as a result to fulfill all righteousness, not a genuine one. It didn't come out from the heart, from the deepest part of that particular Christian. You see his or her face so tightened, even while responding to that good morning. Okay? And so you have to be very careful. Otherwise, someone who professes forgiveness to you without passing through those emotional barrier, emotional awareness, emotional processes, might be thinking about revenge or vengeance behind you. And he might attack you, he might revenge when you least expect them. Okay? And so that is the reason. You must understand this and allow those processes for the forgiver to go through those processes. It might take time, for some people. Why it might not actually take time, for some people. It depends. But the common denominator here is those emotional processes, emotional awareness, those blends of emotion experience, that forgiver must go through. So forgiveness is not something you have to force. It's not a prerequisite for healing. No. Rather, forgiveness is a byproduct of healing. That is why when you offended somebody, I know that intensity of the harm or the hurt I have unleashed on this person is something that is hard. And so you have to give the person, when you're asking for forgiveness, you have to give the person time to process those emotions. Okay? And the process of processing those emotions, you don't have to tag those emotions that is processing. It could be anger, it could be sadness, it could be disgust, it could be rage. You don't have to tag it as a negative emotion, though negative, but necessary. Literally, they are negative emotions, but necessary for the person to come in alignment, in tandem, okay, in togetherness to do what? To unleash empathy, to forgive, which without, what you will get is incomplete forgiveness, not full exoneration. Because when we are talking about full forgiveness, we are talking about complete exoneration. Okay? And so, without passing through those layers, those levels of emotion, what the person might profess to you is not true forgiveness, is not exoneration. It could be release. And release is different from full forgiveness. Okay? It could also be forbearance. Okay? And when forbearance happens, the person is still observing your behavior. And so we cannot say that forbearance is a true forgiveness. Okay? So those emotions, they are necessary in order to be able to forgive his or her transgressor. Otherwise, there is nothing like full forgiveness. There's nothing like exoneration, whatever.